Hello, my lovelies. Okay, so before I start, I just want to say that whenever you comment on any of my readings, I am gonna reply. Now, YouTube sometimes doesn't send notifications. I don't know why. So if you think that I didn't reply, you probably didn't get the notification. And if I don't reply, then that means I didn't get a notification. I don't think that ever happened in my case. I think I get all the notifications when it comes to comments. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know, that if at some point I don't reply, it's not because I'm ignoring you or anything. I just didn't get the notification. So yeah, if you think I didn't reply, you probably didn't get a notification, and you should just check the comments by yourself under the video. I mentioned that because I did get a repeating question about the cards. So there was somebody asking about the cards. Now these cards are the Lightseers by Chris Ann. It's a full-on card, big deck, not dick. They're perfect for. They have a very fun energy about them. They're great when the energies are kind of heavy or depressed and all that. It kind of lightens up the mood, lightens up the energies. They're very fun, they're like those summer parties, at evenings with the fairy lights and bonfire and drinks and laughter and music, kind of like that. Now these are the Witches tarot deck by Ellen Duggan. It's the mini version. They're very, very small. They're very tiny. You can see by my hand. If you have normal hands or bigger hands, it's gonna be very tough for you to shuffle, so you might get the normal deck. They are also a fun, but in a witchy kind of way. Fun, more like dancing naked under the full moon with an open fire, talking to the ancestors, kind of fun. It does have that witchy energy, kind of mystic and all that. And then the final deck I have is the Wild Unknown by Kim Krans. If I'm butchering the names, I'm sorry. So it's the animal deck, as some call it. So Wild Unknown. It's also the pocket version, the mini deck. I like it because it comes with a tin, so it's not like it's gonna break in the bag, right? Unlike the paper one. See, it's already kind of falling apart because I do carry it in my bag every time I go out. I either carry this one or this one. This deck goes very, very deep into the readings. It's very good for deep stuff. It's definitely not for everyone. The deck. You can even see it in the comments, like if you go on Amazon and you click on reviews, there's mixed reviews. You either like it, like love it, or you hate it. There are people who, there are people who have like millions of decks. They love tarot cards, they love oracle decks. They have 50 of them. They love to shuffle every day. And then they get this deck and they say it's the Satan's deck or the devil's deck. Just because they don't resonate with the deck. So yeah, that's kind of funny when that happens. Now for me, this deck, it's like my soulmate. It's like my familiar to my witchy side. This deck I actually dreamt. It was literally calling me in my dream. It almost kind of made a connection with me through the dream state. And naturally, when I woke up, I had to buy it. So yeah, it was it's a very unusual deck. I never had a connection with a deck like this. And when it arrived, when I opened the deck and when I started shuffling and all that, when it was physically, in my hands, it's almost like it unlocked something in me. And that's when I started doing these readings and opened the YouTube and all that. It was literally guiding me what to do, And even when I feel kind of confused or something, or like something's off or whatever, I literally just lay my hand on the deck and it gives me a feedback. Sometimes I don't even need to shuffle the deck or take it out of the tin. So every deck has its own personality and its own consciousness, if you will. And I'm very connected with this deck. So yeah. Now, that's all what I want to say about the decks and the comments on YouTube. So remember, I will always reply. I always check my YouTube. For example, on my phone, I don't get notifications. I have to literally go on YouTube and then check the bell icon. I don't get like a pop-up on my phone. On my tablet, I do get a pop-up for the notifications. So okay, that being said, let's get to the reading. I have to pull all the cards so you can understand what I'm talking about. So it's 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Devil, and the Ace of Wands. So that's at the bottom. I'm gonna pull the top ones as well because it's kind of connected. 10 of Pentacles and King of Swords, 9 of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. Now the energies are very tricky. Initially I did shuffle the Witch's Tarot, and the energy was so confused. It was like I was reading Chinese, like what the fuck, what's happening? So I had to use this deck, and I was literally like just staring at it for 20 minutes. Anyway, now somebody with these two cards, somebody is being forced to make a decision, like literally forced. This Ace of Wands is that antsy energy, that fire. There's a lot of cosmic energies at play right now. Like this is that Mars in Gemini, right? That fire. I did see some planets are going retrograde at the moment, or in a few days. There's just a lot of cosmic energies at play that's gonna impact your person. Now these two are very connected. Your person, because they are being forced to make a decision, they feel like they literally feel like they're a puppet, like somebody is pulling their own strings, like they're not in control, and it's messing them up, you know. It's like the universe telling them, you know, I'm bombarding you with all these energies and all your fears and all your unhealed parts, so you can fix things. I'm bombarding you with everything that's uncomfortable, so you can actually do something and fix things. But they don't know the last part. You know, they don't know it's for their own benefit, you know, to fix things with you, to fix things in their own life, to fix things inside them. You know, they just feel like they are being controlled by unseen forces, and it's messing them up. It's keeping them up at night. It's almost like they're yelling at the universe, okay, why are you pushing me? I don't know what to do. You're pushing me to do something and I don't know what. I don't know how to do it. Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing me? It's very rushy, it's very panicky, it's very, you know. And because of that, because of all the pushing and everything, this is happening. It's making them leap into action. These two, the Devil and the Knight of Swords, feel like a tower. It feels like a tower on crack. So whenever the universe pushed them to do anything in regards to you, their first instinct was to run away. But in this case, I feel like it's gonna make them run towards you. Like they're gonna make the opposite decision, you know, this time around. Most of them, that's how I feel. It's almost like they can't handle it anymore, and they come running towards you. But then when they meet you, when they come face to face with you, they just blur it all out. Like you know, it feels messy. they come to you all out of breath, you know, from all the running, and just blur things out because they are under pressure, you know. It's almost like putting those mints in Coke bottle and then everything explodes, right? It's that kind of feeling. They are the Coke bottle, just sitting there on the shelf, you know, not doing anything. The universe is the mint, and then that foam that comes out, that's them just, you know, puking words at you. It's like when you're on a road trip and you have to pee and you can't because you're on a bus or in the car and it can't stop, it's the highway, and you just have to keep it in. And then you become more antsy and antsy because you have to go, you have to pee. And it's almost like, you know, those shy people that need to be alone and can't use the public restroom to pee, you know, nothing comes out because it's a public restroom. They can only pee at the safety of their own home, of their own bathroom, you know. So it's almost like that with your person, you know. But when you're on a road trip and you really have to go, like, you're just, when the car stops, you're gonna do it right there and then in the bushes. You don't care if anybody's gonna see, you don't care if anybody's gonna honk, you don't even care if anybody is gonna stop as well and take out their phone and film you. You just don't fucking care, you have to pee. That's how they're gonna come in, you know. They were always so cautious because they were, you know, shy. They needed the safety of their own bathroom. So they never came towards you, you know, properly. But now they just don't care. They just have to go. They have to pee. And this is you, obviously, the Nine of Cups. You were always that wish, you know. You were the wish even before they met you. They just didn't know how that wish is gonna manifest, you know. That's why they started running. But this is very, very messy, very rushy. Just gonna be like a mouth diarrhea, you know. Now this is you, Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. This is you in a very calm state, in a very meditative state. You can see how she has her eyes closed, and it's like she's daydreaming and imagining, you know, what she wants to manifest, what she wants in her life, what she wants to do and achieve. It's that kind of feeling, you know, very, very calm, very self-loving, very centered, very grounding. It's almost like she's at a spa, you know. You know, when you have a massage and you're just so relaxed, like you can't even think, your brain is all mushy, you know. It's that kind of energy, very opposite of this. That's you imagining your Ten of Pentacles. What kind of ten of Pentacles do you want? and it's very different from the rest of the readings. Oh my god, you can even see you can even see it in my voice, you know. When I was talking about this, I was very now when I'm talking about you, I'm so even my voice changed. um so it's different from the rest of the readings I did, um because you're seeing more broadly. That be the correct word. uh you're not focused on your DM that much, or at all even. um this is like the outcome of all the previous readings that I did for you, with all those advices, you know. Don't put the wall up, let people in, find your own path, you know, be independent from your DM, blah blah, blah. This feels like the outcome of all that. Finding yourself again, listening to the universe, listening to the advices, not just from me, from any reader, you know. So this feels like that, the outcome of all that. This is you feeling in a very good place, like you finally have all the answers, and like you can finally see things clearly and more realistic. This is a very down to earth card, right? You're seeing things more realistic. So it's almost like you're saying, okay, my DM needs a lot of things to do. It's gonna take them time, so I'm gonna leave them to do their own thing. So what can I do for myself in the meantime? You're realizing that there's no point in waiting for them, you know. So some of you are even imagining other people in your life, you know. What kind of person do you want to attract? What kind of long-term relationship you want? With whom you want to spend your life, you know. It's almost like you're imagining a better version of your DM. Like DM 2.0, you know. Upgraded version. Somebody that they were supposed to become. Not saying they won't, but you know, if they weren't so stubborn from the beginning, they could have been on this level by now, you know. So it's almost like you're trying to manifest somebody better, and somebody who already went through the journey like the DM, but they did it better, you know. They learned the lessons and all that. Pretty much somebody on your level. That's what she's trying to manifest, and that's what she's realizing, that she deserves somebody on her level. And it's almost like she's also thinking about traveling or going abroad, or doing some new things. To me, she feels very artsy in this case. So sorry. So maybe opening like a new gallery in a new town or something, or making collaborations with other artists. She feels very much free, just like I mentioned in the previous reading with my vision, where I am, where my connection is. And when I mentioned that pipe being detached from my person and all that, it's that kind of feeling. You're realizing that you actually have your freedom, that you're not bound to anybody's suffering and pain and their journey. You're realizing that you have your own journey. You're realizing that you can make the best out of it. She's not resentful for wasting time with the DM here. She just let it go, and it's a new day, new adventure. What can I do with it? What can I achieve today? And what can I achieve tomorrow, and in 5 days, in a month? So because of that, when your person comes in, you're gonna be like, why did you show up now? You're gonna be in such a better place. You're gonna be stable and grounded and everything, and they're gonna come in as a hot mess. So because of that, some of you might be inclined to run, not like they used to run, but more like, I have my peace now. I don't wanna murk the waters, with your mess. It's almost like you're gonna be, I need time. You're too messy at the moment. And you might be inclined, to take it slow, like really slow. And they might be inclined to rush things. It's almost like you're gonna switch roles, in a sense. It's almost like, in high school, when you do the high school year book, whatever it's called, and you put, the quotes under each student's picture, most likely to be, so it's almost like you both started at that point, and you went your own ways. You did your journey and your healing. They did did theirs. Now you come back after 10 years, and it's like you have your own business, you have your own villa, you have your shit together. uh, you're a businesswoman, you're an entrepreneur, um, you're doing stuff, you're doing charity, you're doing this, you're doing that, uh, and then you meet them and they are kind of, kind of the same in the mind, same as, like, still like a teenager in the mind, uh, but they are struggling with the money, and they see you and they're like, oh my god, I wanted a life like that, maybe I should hang with them, maybe I should hang with them, and then they can teach me stuff and connect me to the right people, and then I'm gonna be like them. But you're like, I have my shit together. I don't need a child to raise, you know. It's that kind of feeling. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna be rude to them or anything. Uh, it's just you're gonna realize, that you can create your own peace, your own closure, everything. Um, so when they do come in, it's not gonna be that important to you anymore. Not on the same level as it used to before. I mean, if you're looking for a closure and they come in, with communication, uh, it's still gonna feel good, because you heard it from their mouth, um, if they open up honestly, if they don't spill shit at you. But still, you're gonna realize how precious your inner peace is. It's like you finally realized the importance of that inner peace, and that clarity and knowledge and everything, that you don't wanna give it up, you know. Because if you do end up with your DM eventually in a relationship, it's like a big therapy session, okay? It's more like a therapy session than a romantic relationship. Of course, you're gonna have the sweet, loving days and all that, but because it goes deep and it has a lot of bad things inside the connection, those toxic things that I mentioned before. Of course, it has lots of lovely things, not every life was bad. You did have plenty of lives, where you were happy and all that, loving. So it's not all bad, but it is a mix, you know. So all of those stuff will come up, especially if you're together. It's gonna be like when you're healing separately, it's a much calmer process. It's a bit slower, but it's more calmer, It is still painful and shitty and everything, but it is calmer. When you're in a relationship with them, 24/7 with them, it's more violent, the triggers and everything coming up. It's more violent, but it's faster. Because it's more violent, it's faster. Things come up to the surface faster. So you either get like a kind of peaceful journey, but you need to get to that point. You need to realize that you actually do have that inner peace, and you can create that inner peace. So separately, it is a bit calmer, even though there's still ups and downs and bumps and all that, but it's also kind of smoother, kind of slower, because you do have the ability to take time off, if you will, from your DM. You have your own place, you have your own safe space, but when you're in a relationship with them, everything is much faster and much violent. So it's almost like, which one do you prefer, more peaceful and slower, or violent and faster, like I said, if you end up with them, you are gonna have those honeymoon days, with everything will be peaceful and blissful and rosy and rainbowy and sunshine and all that, but you will still trigger each other, and there will be tough days, like very tough days. So especially in this cycle, it's all a big therapy sesh. And things that are gonna come up, it really is from the depths of your soul, It's even gonna trigger things, like, oh my god, my mom didn't buy me that goldfish when I was 4, and that shit is gonna come up. But you will have to, sit with yourself and dig until you go to that point. And then you're gonna be like, oh my god, why did that shit come up? Like, what the fuck? But it is what's gonna happen. Every little thing that you forgot about, that it's actually, even if it's a small trauma, it's still gonna be brought up very quickly if you're in a relationship with them. And it is gonna be tiring, very tiring at moments, So if you don't end up with your DM, it's gonna be like you dodged the bullet, honestly. Like, I'd rather be with this person, who has everything, who has his shit together, who's stable, than to be with somebody like this when you don't know, when you're wondering day after day, are they gonna run from me or towards me? And it's not like you're gonna wonder that every day. You're gonna wonder that every hour of every day, you know. I'd rather have a peaceful relationship with somebody like this than to uh, be in panic mode all the time, you know. So if you don't end up with your DM, you probably dodged the bullet with that specific person, you know, because they have a lot of shit to figure out and fix and heal. And not everybody will do that in this lifetime. And there's gonna be somebody better coming your way. Okay? So there's nothing to worry about when it comes to love and when it comes to a long-term relationship. But I am happy for these two cards. You're just look so damn peaceful. Look at you. Look how pretty you are. I mean, the peace in these two cards, it's like it's like a massage after a long day. It's like a bubble bath, you know. And this is just they are being dragged by the universe to fix things. Dragged, like literally dragged. Look at him. Those are the strings that the universe is pulling, you know, through the fears. It's using the fears in its advantage here to make them do something, to make them run towards you. Because they're gonna realize that everything that's coming up is somehow linked to you. So they have to come to you, you know, to see what it is all about. Okay. Now these two, you finding your own peace and being very, very grateful to be in your own skin, to feel blessed and grateful and whole, you know. Some of you might already be here, some of you are very close, some of you are on the road to that. So yeah, just be mindful, you know, that the timeline is all dependent to each individual. So if you don't feel like you're here, you are gonna be. Just listen to the universe and listen to its advices. You're gonna get there. You're gonna figure out that the peace within you is the most precious thing, and that nobody can actually take that away from you. Okay, tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. It's a very towery moment for them, and you might pick that up. You might be a little restless and nervous and, you know, maybe snapping at people. Like when you're on your period, right? You become a little demon. No, I'm just kidding. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Lovers. Wow. Damn. Let's give justice. Oh, since this card represents long-term relationship, in this case, it's talking about their marriage. The king and queen of swords. It's a very, very cold couple. They fight a lot, you know. I mean, if you put two people with swords, you know, they're gonna clash. It's kind of funny. So yeah, two people with swords, they're gonna sword fight, right? Now two people with cups, they're gonna cheer, right? So they fight a lot. It's a very cold marriage or relationship. Could be family as well if they are single. The family is very cold. It's all strategic. Everything they do is very strategic, very well planned in advance. It's very, very calculated. It's almost like, you know, we need to be at this party so people can see us. So we are seen. We need to behave like this and that so we appear like we are a loving couple. We need to go to this charity so this, I don't know, company firm can call us because the CEO of that firm is going to be at that charity, so we need to be there to be seen so we can be connected to so we can reach that company and propose our plans. You know, it's that kind of advanced planning, you know, going on. It's strategic in that sense, you know. And if the partner of your person is a narcissist, it's strategic in a way that they always appear like the loving husband or like the loving wife, in case, you know, in case your DM lashes out or whatever, they will never appear like the culprit, you know. They will always appear like the victim. Poor wife, poor husband, you know. It's that kind of strategic planning, very narcissistic. So when it comes to that, it's very cold, like I said. But even for them, who the real Ten of Pentacles is, your connection shows up. Also, there's no passion within their relationship. There's zero passion. I would be surprised if they even have sex anymore. Like it's that. It's almost like they are business partners in a way more than husband and wife. Or husband and husband, wife and wife, whatever. Yeah, there's no passion whatsoever. All gone. Maybe there was passion at the beginning, but it feels to me like it's more manipulated passion. just so they can get married and get something out of that marriage, especially if the person is a narcissist, the spouse or partner. They can very well fabricate the passion and the love, just to get what they want. Justice, Queen of Pentacles, Devil again, Knight of Swords again, and Judgment. I think your person, they might have had conversations about splitting up, and it always came up to the surface like in cycles. Either they spoke about it or they were thinking about it but never did anything. But it was always kinda in the background of their thoughts. They knew they needed to run away, if you will, from the marriage or relationship or family. You can divorce from the family as well. The first time it came up, they tried to fix it, right? They tried to fix it. It was fine for a while. Then it went to shits again. Then they thought about it again. If they thought about it and never spoke about it, it's like I can't speak about it. What will my family say? They will disown me, it's gonna be messy. Where will I go? What will I get out of it? Especially if your DM isn't on papers when it comes to the house or the car, maybe it's not their house, their car, maybe they're not working. So especially if they have kids and one of them isn't working, the court is in most cases gonna give the kids or the child to the parent who is working. It's like for the benefit of the kid. So that those kind of problems arise, and that's why it keeps going in a loop. They think about it, something happens, they think about it, how they just need to call it quits. But then they start thinking about everything, what's that gonna bring up, so they kind of bury it again. But because the marriage was long gone, long dead, you were kind of like the what's the word, you were there, ticket out, your connection. You were supposed to be that last domino piece, for them to call it quits. But because, of who they are, how they grew up, blah blah blah, their beliefs and all that, it just kept going in a loop. But it's more and more difficult to go in a loop again. Now, if they were talking about the divorce, then their person always did something, like all of a sudden they became better, they became more cuddly and more affectionate, and uh, you know buying flowers every day, making lunch and all that. And then when they saw that your person kind of calmed down, they went back to their old behaviors. But again, it always repeated itself. They would become upset, then they would become more, in their feels. But it's all fabricated feels, because they need this marriage for some reason. I don't know. So that's why the planning strategy comes in. If your person ever leaves, if they get the balls for it, they're gonna make sure that they um, are portrayed like the victim. I was such a perfect father or a mother, and they just left me. Oh my god, woe is me. Very, very messy. Again, uh, that's them running towards you with a specific message. They also wanna run away from this, whether it's family or a relationship. They really wanna run away. They just want to fucking leave and start a whole new life where nobody knows them, and they can start fresh. They want to change their name, everything. Their style, their hair. They just don't want anything from the past that could remind them of the past. They just want everything fresh. That's how badly they want to run away. It's very toxic. Because it's toxic, and because they were sitting in it for so long when they shouldn't. They should have left. They picked up a lot of that toxicity. So when they come towards you, they're bringing that toxicity with them. It's their baggage, that they bring with them. So be mindful of that. No matter how cooked they come towards you, they are bringing some level of toxicity with them. They're not gonna enter in the relationship fully healed. Okay, tell me about the Knight of Swords. It's like sitting, in those cities that have air pollution and all that. When you go somewhere where it's nice and the air is nice, your lungs are gonna take time to adjust. So it's that kind of thing. They were sitting in this toxicity for a very long time. So they're bringing that toxicity with them. It's part of them. Okay, Four of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. They never worked on the abandonment issues. And Four of Wands at the bottom. They never addressed properly their own issues, and they still wanna run away from looking at it. They still wanna run away from their own demons. But to build any foundation, whether it's within them or with other people, they need to address the issues they have inside themselves. And instead of working on themselves, they always worked on their marriage or family. They were always focusing on the wrong things. I mean, just look at the cards. Like this dude, it has the Three of Pentacles, but it's up in the window. It's glass. It's part of the window. It's art. It's not like he's having a physical pentacle in the hand. And this card, I mean, she's literally cleaning the pentacles. She's so focused on the pentacle, on the gold, on the shiny things. I mean, just look at her face. She's polishing that pentacle so much. There's no dust, there's no fingerprints, there's nothing. She's polishing that pentacle to death, So even the imagery in the cards, they were always focused on practical things. They were always focusing too much on practical things, so they don't have to focus on this. They should be like this dude, just leave the pentacles somewhere in the air, Don't focus on them so much. I mean, there's the candle, like that hermit, There's a pen that represents knowledge. It's literally telling, like, go within, use that inner wisdom to fix your issues. They were always overly working on the practical things. It was a distraction from looking on the real issues, on the real problem. They were always searching for the external solution instead of internal. If I get this amount of money, I'm gonna be happy. If I get this person, I'm gonna be fulfilled. If I help this person, then this person can help me with this, and then everybody will see me in a certain light, blah blah. It was always external things that they were filling their own inner hole, instead of focusing on the real issue within themselves. And even for them, the marriage was kind of like a way out. So it's not just uh, their spouse or partner, who saw a benefit in this marriage. Even for them, it was a kind of way out. So in that sense, it's almost how like they had a same idea, same agenda, uh, but they didn't know about it. Maybe for example, uh, maybe your person is from a wealthy family, right? And their spouse was struggling with money, so it was their way out, to marry in a wealthy family. And for your person, maybe the family was, too much, and they wanted out, so the marriage was a way out. They didn't have to live with them anymore. They can live with somebody else, so in that way they had kind of like a same agenda, but of course they didn't tell each other, right? But your person is the same in the core as you are, so eventually they did get hurt. If their spouse or partner is a narcissist, they were never hurt, they just get annoyed, uh, but there's no emotional reaction. Okay. 4 wands, strength, 6 of cups, magician, and 2 of wands. Yeah, like I said, it was a way out for both of them. A whole new world. A way out. At some point, they might have thought it was a soulmate. Uh, but if they are in this kind of relationship, it's definitely a karmic. It's not a it's not a soulmate. Um, at some point when the marriage was supposed to end, um, it was supposed to end because your person was feeling the lack of cups in their life, in their soul. But again, those fears kicked in, you know. Uh, what's gonna happen if we divorce? I'm gonna lose everything or whatever, There is some kind of sense of loss, um, even though, you know, they might be not in love with each other. It's more practical, but still it's a loss of some kind. So that's why you showed up, they made that wish, that they want more cups in their life. They were tired of the practical things. So that's when they manifested you, when they started feeling the lack of cups. Yep. Okay, tell me about the 9 of cups. Knight of Wands. Again, another one that that leaves as fast as they come in, just like this one. Six of Wands, Empress. See, you're their wish, like I said. Eight of Cups. Again, the same fucking thing keeps repeating. They thought leaving is the victory here. If I leave, then I won't have to look at this. I won't have to look at my issues. I won't have to do the inner work. I won't have to think about, what shit I'm sitting in, what kind of life I'm living, It's just gonna go back to the way it was. I'm gonna be in my bubble. If I leave, but it doesn't go like that. You already did the damage, if you will, as soon as they saw you and as soon as they felt the connection, it was already done. I say damage with love, okay? You didn't do anything bad. You just shine the light on their stuff that they need to fix. And them leaving never resulted as they thought it would. They just can't leave. They keep coming back, all because of you. I mean, nobody can resist the Empress. Once you see her, you have to see her again. You have to get to know her. It's not somebody you go, okay, Empress, whatever. The fucking Empress. But this is also you taking care of yourself, and by taking care of yourself, you're gaining that victory, and you're gaining the your own emotional fulfillment. Like I said here, you're finding your peace and you're realizing the importance of your peace. Peace of mind, peace in the soul, You're realizing the importance of that. And that's you going deep within yourself, It's water, it's the stars, it's the moon. You're connecting with the different aspects of yourself, and you're being guided. There's a dolphin. I see that dolphin as a guide. It's almost like a dog. Like it's very loyal. It's very nurturing. Now this could be your guides, your ancestors, your angels, whatever you believe in. You are guided, and you're guided with love and support, and they are proud of you. Your loved ones, your guides, they are proud of you. They can see the hard work you're doing. Even if you don't feel proud at yourself at the moment, they feel very proud, and they want you to know that they are proud. Even the deceased ones, deceased family members. If you were very close to your grandma, for example, She's very proud of you. And she is with you on this journey. There's no judgment, no judgment whatsoever from the other side, you know. They just want you to be happy. It's very beautiful. It's very loving. It's very warm. So even those stars, they're like the eyes of your ancestors watching over you. It's like they're telling you, you don't have to worry about anything. We will light the way for you. It's like their light is amplifying the light of the moon, and the moon is shining even more brightly to show you the way, you know, to show you the path that you need to take. The stars are shining for you, little one. You'll be fine. See, even the Empress has a crown made of stars. That's the energies of her ancestors, the energy of that knowledge that's passed from generation to generation. That's why she's so wise and stable and powerful, you know. It's the whole unseen army that she has at her disposal. And that's why there's victory here. It's almost like they're telling you there's it's like they're telling you, with us, there's no way that you will lose. Just have faith in their guidance, and have faith that they are there and that they are actually guiding you, you know, for your own benefit and to better your life and all that. You have that wisdom and power of your ancestors within you. So whenever you walk your path, they are right there with you, behind you and beside you, and it's very beautiful, very touching, you know. And they are guiding you towards this, towards that fulfillment within you. Because they themselves already walked that path, you know. So they know what you need to do. They know you need to go through some hard stuff, some painful stuff, to reach this point. They are always there, you know, holding your hand when it's tough, but they know you need to go through it. It's not like they're gonna do it for you just because it's painful, you know. But they are there. you have that wisdom. It's very beautiful. It's almost like the image that I have in my head is if you watched that movie Black Panther, um, and at the end of the movie when they go into that fight and um, the whole army, the whole family is there to support the Black Panther, and everybody goes Wakanda forever. It's very touching. It's that kind of feeling. So if you didn't watch it, go watch it. Maybe you'll like it. Or just search on on YouTube, that part. Uh, it's very touching, when they come all together and fight, for you, for your cause and everything, I almost forgot about my cards. Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Hanged Man, Temperance, and Three of Cups. That's the new perspective that you're gaining, like I said here. The importance of your own peace. Now, the universe, the ancestors, everybody is trying to balance things, to balance the energies. It also tells me that you need to be careful with your own balance, whenever you're in balance, just acknowledge it, and do something about it. Also tells me when you are in that balance, when you have your cups full, right? When you're in this state, that's when you attract other cups. Like I said in one reading, like-minded cups. So yeah, when you're in balance, you attract a love towards you. You don't have to do anything. It's almost like you're it's almost like you don't even have to get up from the sofa, like it literally the night will come and knock on your door because they felt guided to knock on your door, so it's literally like love knocking on your door, it's that kind of thing, and here as well, when you're emotionally open, people will start charging in. Your DM is also being put in the hangman by the universe, making them see all the things they need to fix, so they're being put in the hangman as well. This could be also them charging in and having that conversation, opening up a little bit. They are aware that they need to open up, but it's all about, their capacity, how much they are capable to open up. They know they need to open up to the Empress. That's it. They know that the onus is on them. They are aware. They're just, tied up with their own fears and laziness to do something about it. But they are being pushed very much. They are being pushed so much that their fight or flight response is gonna be to come towards you instead of run away from you. I mean, that's how hard they are being pushed. Okay, tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune, Moon, making me shuffle. Again, Knight of Wands. And the Six of Swords at the bottom. Well, on one layer, you're utilizing all the lessons and all the tools that you have, and you're being more courageous, more adventurous in your decisions and endeavors. Sorry. That means it's true when you sneeze. Again, you're being guided, to explore that unknown path. That path of who am I without my DM, You were already on a path when your DM came in, but now since you learned the lessons and all that, it's like it's like a level up path. It's like the same path you were on, but a level up, It's almost like you're saying, okay, let me see how this path looks like now that I've changed. Because before you would make different kind of decisions, on that path, before you met your DM. So this was like a huge course correction, and now you're ready to explore that path. This also tells me that your person wants to change things, needs to change things. In this particular deck, it always reminds me of the Magician because, it's very obvious with the tools. So they do have that capacity, they do have all the tools they need to come in and fix things. They want to change their luck, emphasis on want. Now when it comes to you, you already are lucky, and you're already utilizing this wheel of fortune. You're realizing that you can spin that, that the destiny is in your hands, so to speak. You can spin that that wheel for your benefit, you know. Just like using this connection, milking it for your benefit, you know, to level up yourself. I mean, this connection can bring you so much, but it doesn't have to be the DM involved, you know. I mean, I'm using my own connection, you know, to do these readings, so, and it has nothing to do with my DM, you know. The power of the connection will always be there, and you can always use the power of the connection, you know, to use it for your own benefit, for your own growth, for whatever, you know, as long as it's for a good purpose, you know. You won't use it for revenge, for example, you know, but it's always going to be there, that connection. You're always going to be tied to that connection. What happens in the 3D is 3D, you know. This is 5D energies that you can milk. And they are not going anywhere. You're always going to be connected with it. That's why it's so powerful, you know. Whether you end up with your DM or not, you can always use the power of the connection. There is some kind of unknown path here with your DM. It's almost like it's not written yet. The future when it comes to your DM, because they do have a free will, you know. They always use that free will in a dumb way, but they still have it, you know. So it's kinda unwritten, you know. It all depends how much you grown, how will they come in, will they even come in, you know. I mean, some small percentage will chicken out, you know. It's not 100% that everybody will come in. So because of that, it's kind of unwritten in a sense, you know. But either way, it's good for you. I do feel this Wheel of Fortune is very lucky when it comes to you. For them, they are still, it all depends on them on which side the wheel will go. If they come in and fix the things and, you know, start addressing this, you know, the wheel will go in this direction, right? It will be good. It will bring them, you know, luck, if you will. If they go the opposite way, you know. If they ignore fixing things, if they ignore fixing themselves, their own issues, the wheel will spin in the other direction, and they will just be hit by towers and towers. But on the inside, they do want to fix things, you know. It's just how much effort they're gonna put in it, you know. There's always people who wish things and just wish them from the safety of their couch, you know, and never do anything. And there's others who do things, who believe in their dreams and they wanna manifest them in reality, you know. So just depends what kind of person is your person. So 6 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Star, and the 2 of Swords. Yeah, again, 2 Swords, decision. Are they gonna decide to stay in the choppy waters or go to calmer waters? There's only one true path. It's all about them. Now, over here, you already chose your calm waters, your peace, right? So like I said, your wheel is already spinning in the right direction. For them, it's still going, you know, like this. Well, this is you. This is you being the independent, badass, being connected with your ancestors and all the parts of yourself. Like I mentioned here, it's kind of a big theme in this reading. The stars here, stars as a crown, huge star over here. You're just being connected with all aspects of yourself, you know. It's not just your ancestors and your guides. It's like you're being connected with your past lives, your past self, and enjoying their inner wisdom, you know. The inner wisdom is like a huge energetic library, and all your past lives are in that library, and you have access to them at any point in your life. And it sometimes it kind of comes out on its own. Like, for example, sometimes as a kid or as a teenager, you might have given an advice to somebody, and you were kind of surprised yourself, like what kind of advice you gave, like how mature and wise it sounded, even though you haven't went through that specific situation. Like, for example, you had a friend, you know, who's in a bad relationship. You're both teenagers, but you never had a boyfriend, you never had a relationship, but you still give a good advice, you know. So both of you are kind of like, what just happened, you know. But you drew that experience from that library, you know. You already went through that experience, even though you're not necessarily aware. but you drew it from another life, you know, and you gave the advice. Another example is when people tell you that you're wiser than your years, you know. It's like an old soul trapped in a kid's body, or in a young body, you know. Like I, for example, used to give advice to my mom when I was in high school, you know. And she would be like, oh my god, well, when did you become so smart? You know, and stuff like that. And people never guess my age. I even look, you know, baby faced. So they always, you know, dismiss me because they feel like I don't have that much experience in life, you know. And then when they get to know me and actually speak, you know, they're kind of surprised. So yeah, that's another clue, you know, how you pull those that inner wisdom, you know. So that's you connecting with all your aspects, you know, and just pulling that inner wisdom more and more down, and being aware of it. Now, when it comes to your person, it's again, they made a wish and then they put you behind a wall. This also tells me that you should share your wisdom or your experiences or whatever, you know. People could use your wisdom, basically. You shouldn't be scared of that or ashamed. Sometimes we say certain things and it actually helps people. Like they might struggle with something, but maybe they are shy to talk about it, you know, or they're just in general a closed person, and they don't like to bother other people with their problems, you know. So when we speak about our experiences and how we went through something or whatever, you know, it can give those people an idea or comfort or even healing, you know, faith that they can fix it as well, that they can find a solution or whatever, you know. So in that sense, don't keep yourself hidden, you know, in your wisdom. Now these 10 of Pentacles. Again, you are guided, like I said here, with a dolphin. I said it looks like a dog. And you have a dog here. Again, you're being guided, you know, to find that 10 of Pentacles. To find it inside you and then to find it outside of you. And again, when it comes to your DM, they also need to find their 10 of Pentacles, and they need to get rid of something that they believed was 10 of Pentacles. They are keeping it both behind the wall, They're keeping their true Ten of Pentacles behind the wall, and they are keeping the false Ten of Pentacles behind the wall, because God forbid somebody knows that the marriage is false, that it's not a fairy tale or whatever. So there you go. That's your reading. Just keep moving forward, okay? If you don't feel like this at the moment, you will. Just have faith and move forward. Work on yourself, focus on yourself. Their journey is not your journey, their pain is not your pain, okay? Focus on yourself and go forward. You'll be fine. You are guided. You have the whole army with you and beside you. Okay, that's it for today, and I love you guys, really do. I love when you comment. I love to get to know you guys. I know you energetically, but I don't know you in person, so it's always fun for me to read the comments. So yeah, there you go. That's your reading. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.